To really simplify what Maslow says, once certain base needs are satisfied, new needs emerge. And so we've narrowed it down to this. A players, they already know how to survive and succeed, but what they are looking for is to belong, become, and transcend. I recently put out a poll on the number one issue facing business owners when it comes to building a team that doesn't depend on them. And the most voted on answer was, how do I hire A players without breaking the bank? And the number one issue was, how do I hire A players without breaking the bank? Here's a myth and misconception that many business owners have when it comes to building a team. It's that we just can't afford to hire A players yet. The reality is, my friend, you cannot afford to hire A players. In fact, it's far more expensive in the long run not to hire A players. And let me explain why by sharing a story with you. Look, when I was running a company that was totally centralized around me, I had a lot of B players. Not that they weren't good people, they just didn't have unique talents that allowed them to perform independently in their role, ultimately better than I would. And as a result of that, my time was constantly spread across many different areas of my business, compensating for B and C players that I had in place. Meanwhile, I was not focused on growth anymore as a CEO, and we actually ended up going in the red for the first time in our company's history, and it almost took us under. Number one takeaway from that experience was that I have to hire people who can be A players in their seat. A players only was my new rule. And I haven't perfectly followed it at every stage, but it has served me well when I have. So you might be thinking to yourself, Richard, that's great, but how in the world am I, as an entrepreneurial company, going to attract A players and afford to pay them? I think we have to start by defining an A player. I love Patrick Lencioni's definition in The Ideal Team Player. He says you want team members who are humble, hungry, and smart. And I agree with all three, but I would add a fourth, which is talented. A players have a talent for their role that allows them to produce in the long run 2 to 3 times more than someone else would in that same role. It's that intangible ability that makes them great, paired with the right career path or profession. And a lot of people have great resumes, great skills, great experiences, but lack the innate talent to be truly great in their role. And by that definition, many businesses do not have A players, and many businesses are mediocre as a result. So we do not want to be mediocre. So how do we attract A player talent to the right roles on our team? Here's a big shift to start with. First of all, put yourself in the shoes of an A player. Put yourself in their head and ask, what is an A player looking for? Why would they come work for you? See, after a lot of time spent helping clients hire and retain A player talent, we've discovered that A players have totally different career needs than the average person. A players already know what they want to do. They know what that innate gift and unique ability is, and they're on the right career path. So they have no trouble surviving and succeeding and paying the bills and finding a place where they can be recognized and celebrated. That's not the need that they need you to meet. And that's what almost all employers are speaking to. Instead, they have higher level needs now that most employers, most companies are leaving unmet. And this ties back to my favorite psychological model, which is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And to really simplify what Maslow says, once certain base needs are satisfied, new needs emerge. And so we've narrowed it down to this. A players, they already know how to survive and succeed, but what they are looking for is to belong, become, and transcend. Belong in the sense that they want to be a part of a culture of other high performers where the standards are high, the expectation is big, and they're moving towards something that is ultimately in line with their internal values and standards. They want to feel like they're a part of a team culture where they fit alongside other A players. Another thing is they want to become the best version of themselves. Maslow calls this self-actualization. And if you are not showing them how a career path at your company can help them become the bigger, better version of themselves they want to see in the future, good luck recruiting them out of the masses applying for your roles. And the third need that A players have is to transcend. They want to make a bigger impact. Usually they're probably going to turn out fine as far as money, but they want to actually make a difference. And this actually allows us as entrepreneurs to gain a competitive advantage. In fact, probably the only competitive advantage we have in hiring is the fact that we have a vision and a growth opportunity that can speak to these A player career needs. So the real key to attracting A players isn't just offering more money or a fancier benefit package that they'll go to a big corporation for that. Instead, what you can offer them is a growth opportunity and a vision that allows them to become, belong, and transcend. So to attract A players, my encouragement to you is to leverage the heck out of that competitive advantage by marketing your vision and your growth opportunity as a way for A players to meet these career needs. We got to do this in our hiring, recruiting, interviewing. We need to weaponize that vision and growth opportunity to speak to A players only and repel others. And if you learn the art of doing this, we call it opportunity recruiting here at Smart Teams, it will forever change the caliber of people you attract to your organization and allow you to tap into A player talent without breaking the bank. I hope this helps you today build a team that you fully trust, that can run the day-to-day and free you as a founder to focus on growth. And hey, if this content was helpful for you, will you please like it? If you have questions, please drop it in the comments. And hey, if you really want to help another entrepreneur today, share this with someone who needs to build an A player team around them to help them further their mission. Because hey, entrepreneurs, we are the ones who are building the future and creating opportunity, and we need more entrepreneurs who are thriving and doing that and not stuck in the day-to-day. Thanks for watching this today, and thanks for your help in getting this out to other people who need it. Cheers.